Hi, I'm Chris from Dynojet. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a Power Commander 5 on this Yamaha FZ-09. To install this unit, we're going to need to remove the seat, the fuel tank, and the air box. To get the seat off, we will unlock it from the tail section here. Next, we're going to remove some of the bodywork from the front of the tank. Next, I'll remove these panels from both sides. There's one bolt and two plastic rivets on the inside. Next, I'm going to start loosening the fuel tank. I'm going to remove these two bolts at the rear, and I'm going to remove these two bolts on both sides at the front. Now that the tank is loosened, I can prop the rear of the tank up enough to disconnect the electrical connector for the fuel pump underneath. I'll need to disconnect the high pressure fuel line, and there's two vent lines underneath that I'll need to disconnect. Once those are disconnected, I can remove the tank. Next, I'll need to remove the air box. I'll start by unplugging the ECU. I have 3 hose clamps on all 3 of the throttle bodies that need to be loosened. And I have 3 bolts here, here, and here that I need to remove. Next, I'm going to disconnect this pair valve hose on the left-hand side of the airbox. And I'll want to disconnect the crankcase ventilator from the bottom of the airbox. Now that that's all been removed, I'm going to start installing my Power Commander. Directly in front of the battery, there is a black 2-pin connector. I'm going to need to plug my Power Commander in line with that. My module is going to store in this small compartment just in front of the battery here. I'm going to use a supplied Velcro to secure the module in this compartment. The 2-pin connectors right at the module are going to plug in line with the stock black 2-pin connectors in this location. Now I'll need to route the ground wire with the small ring lug to the negative terminal of the battery. And right here at the negative terminal of the battery, I'm going to secure the Power Commander's ring lug to the ground. I'm going to route the rest of my Power Commander harness just along the inside of the right frame and then across the fuel rail. Right here on the right-hand side of the throttle bodies, I can find my throttle position sensor. I'm going to unplug it. Using the supplied posi tap, I'm going to attach the single unterminated gray wire on my Power Commander harness to the stock white wire on the throttle position sensor connector. I'm going to put the gray nut of the posi tap over the stock solid white wire on the TPS connector. I'm going to thread the pointed end of the posi tap onto the gray nut. I'm going to slide the red nut of the posi tap over the gray wire on the Power Commander harness. Insert the gray wire into the posi tap and thread the red nut down on top of it. After making the connection, I can plug the TPS back in. My next connections are going to go to the fuel injectors. They are underneath the black fuel rail, a little bit difficult to access. I'm going to plug the Power Commander leads with the green colored wires in line with the rightmost fuel injector. The pair of Power Commander leads with the yellow colored wires are going to go in line with the center or the middle fuel injector. And the Power Commander pair of leads with the orange colored wires are going to go in line with the left fuel injector. And that'll conclude all the connections of the Power Commander harness. And now I can begin to reassemble the bike.